I don't want you here, Luna. You'll just ruin everything, like always. That's what my mom said before slamming the door in my face. It was my dad's birthday, and I had brought a gift. If you've ever been pushed away by your own family, you'll want to hear how this ends. They thought I was worthless, until one sentence changed everything. I stood there, holding a wrapped present, Dad's favorite whiskey from Ireland. I had saved up for weeks to buy it, but it didn't matter. Mom didn't care. Behind her, I could hear everyone laughing and celebrating. They treated me like I wasn't part of the family at all. It wasn't always this way, but after I dropped out of college to work on a strange tech idea, they saw me as a failure. Mom told people I was lost and needed tough love. My sister Emma called me the glitch in the family. They all thought I'd come back begging, but I didn't. I vanished from their lives on purpose. While they partied and posted happy pictures online, I was in a tiny apartment, eating canned soup and watching coding videos for 18 hours a day. No dating, no social life, just me, working quietly, and they had no idea what I was building. 3 years of silence, 3 years of sleepless nights, 3 years of people thinking I'd failed, until last month, when Argentoft, my tech platform, crossed $12.6 million in revenue under the founder name LC. I ran a remote team, closed international deals, and built one of the fastest growing automation systems in the country. But to my family, I was still jobless Luna. I was about to leave when a silver SUV pulled up. Out stepped Jason, Emma's boyfriend, tall, charming, always polite. I hadn't seen him in years. Luna, he said, surprised, you weren't invited. I forced a smile. Apparently, I ruin everything. He looked down awkwardly. Wow, that's weird. I thought you and Emma were okay. I shrugged. He scratched the back of his neck. Hey, this might sound crazy, but do you know someone named Elsie? My breath caught. I work at Argent. He nodded. Been there 6 months. The CEO, Elsie, is kind of a legend. Nobody's ever seen them, but the stuff they've built is insane. I smiled slowly. You like it there? I love it. Best job I've ever had. I leaned against my car and looked him straight in the eye. That CEO you're talking about? That's me. He blinked, once, twice. Wait, what? Tell them, I said softly. Go inside. Tell my mom. Tell Emma that you work for me. Jason stared like he'd seen a ghost, then he grinned. Oh my God, this is going to be fun. He walked in. Less than a minute later, the music stopped. Emma's voice rose, sharp, angry, then the scrape of a chair against the floor. A door flung open. She stepped out, heels clicking like gunshots. What did you tell Jason? Are you seriously messing with his job now? Before I could answer, Dad emerged behind her, calm, curious. He looked me straight in the eye. Luna, is it true? You're the one behind Argentoft? I let the silence hang, the kind that makes people feel every second of what they missed, every moment they underestimated you. Jason spoke up. Sir, I work directly under her systems team. She's brilliant, the way she runs things. No offense, but I've never met anyone like her. Emma looked like she'd choke. You're kidding, her? She couldn't even finish college. Mom appeared, holding a plate of cake like a weapon. What kind of sick joke is this? I finally spoke. It's not a joke, Mom. I built Argentoft, when you were busy telling your friends I was hopeless. Mom laughed bitterly. Oh, please, if that's true, why are you standing out here like a lost puppy? I reached into my pocket and handed Jason a sleek black card. He turned it over, eyes widening. No way, founder access, level 0. Only one person has this. I smiled gently, and she's standing right here. Dad took a step forward, confusion plain on his face, neither angry nor disappointed. You're telling me all those nights we thought you were wasting your life, you were building this? Yes, why didn't you tell us? Would you have listened? I asked. Or would you have told me I was just avoiding responsibility again? He didn't answer. Emma jumped in. You probably faked your way into it. There's no way you're smarter than Jason. Jason cut her off. Emma, stop. She froze. Then he turned to me. Luna, would it be okay if I told your story at our next meeting? The whole dev team thinks LC is some mysterious older man in Switzerland. They need to know who you really are. I nodded. Sure, tell them the dropout everyone gave up on is running the show now. Mom's face went red. Why are you doing this? You came here just to humiliate us. I looked at her calmly. Remember, I came to drop off Dad's birthday gift. Thanks for the entertainment. I walked past Emma and Mom to hand Dad the present. His hands shook. Luna, I'm sorry. I'm not doing this for an apology. I just wanted you to know what you missed while you were busy laughing. I turned to leave, but Emma's voice stopped me cold. Oh, please, you're just flexing now. You think this makes you better than us? I smiled without turning around. Really? Someone in this house already thinks I am. I started my car and pulled out. As I reached the end of the driveway, my phone buzzed, unknown number. I let it ring once, twice, then answered. Luna? It was Jason, low and cautious. Can we talk? I pulled into a gas station. About what? I just left Emma. He chuckled. That was fast. She flipped out, said I was choosing you over family. I'm not choosing sides. I'm just respecting the person who literally changed my life. Silence. Luna, you should have seen their faces after you left. Your mom looked like someone told her she was bankrupt. Emma tried to spin it. You probably bribed someone for the founder card, but Dad just sat there. Realization creeping in too late. I stared at the empty road. Let them sit with it. I will. But, can I be honest? I stayed silent. I didn't know it was you behind Argentoft, but I always wondered who could build something that efficient, that sharp. It didn't feel like a man's work. It felt smarter, more refined. I blinked. That was not what I expected. Look, I know this is weird timing, but if you ever want coffee, just to talk, no pressure, I'd really like that. I smiled softly. You just broke up with my sister 10 minutes ago. He laughed nervously. Right, fair point. I hung up gently, not out of rudeness, but because this wasn't about him. Not yet. This was about me. The next morning, I woke to chaos online. Someone from Argentoft accidentally made public our internal newsletter. The face behind the code, Meet Luna Carter, complete with my photo. My inbox exploded. Investors, clients, press. A major podcast called. Forbes offered a feature. Even my old college professor emailed. Luna, I never expected this. I'm proud, truly, but it was Mom's voicemail that hit hardest. Luna, we saw the article. Why didn't you ever tell us? We just thought. I don't know what we thought. Your father wants to talk. We want to see you. Maybe dinner. I'll cook your favorite. Just call me back. I stared at my screen. This woman who once said I'd end up working the night shift at some fast food joint now wanted to cook for me. I didn't reply, not out of cruelty, but because I finally understood, their validation didn't build me, and their absence didn't break me. The only thing that mattered was what I chose next, and I had one more move left. A move to leave everyone speechless. 3 days later, I walked into the one place I swore I'd never return to, my childhood home. But this time, I wasn't the girl they pushed around. I was the woman they never saw coming. Dinner was quiet. Dad sat at the head of the table, fidgeting with his fork. Mom had made lasagna, the one I used to love. Emma didn't even look up from her phone. Jason wasn't there. Smart man. I took a slow bite, then set down my napkin. So, let's not pretend. Why did you really ask me here? Mom's eyes snapped up. We just wanted to reconnect. We're still family. I let out a short laugh. No, Mom, family doesn't block you from birthday parties, mock you behind your back, or laugh when you fall. Dad cleared his throat. She's right. We messed up. I let your mom's judgment cloud my own, and I should have stood up for you. I met his gaze. You didn't just let it happen. You were part of it. Silence. I wasn't here for apologies. I pulled a folder from my bag and slid it across the table. What's this? Mom asked, recoiling. Papers for the new house I bought, in your name, Dad. He blinked. You, what? I signed the deed yesterday. It's yours, no catches, no games. Mom stared, stunned. Why would you do that after everything we did to you? I leaned back. Because I needed to prove I could succeed without needing your love. Now that I have, I don't want your guilt, I want closure. Emma rolled her eyes. So this is your big moment? Show off your success and walk out? I turned to her. Emma, I don't have to show off. You embarrass yourself every time you talk. Then I tossed her an envelope. She opened it and went pale. It's a termination letter. Argent just bought the company you work for. I own 52% of it now. I was going to let you stay, but after hearing how you talk about me, you'll need to pack your things by Monday. Mom gasped. Luna, that's mean. No, Mom, what you did for years was mean. This is called justice. Emma stood up fast, almost spilling her drink. You'll regret this. I smiled. I doubt it, but you might. I put on my coat and walked to the door. Just before I left, Dad called out, Luna, I hope one day you'll forgive us. I looked back. I already have. That's why I'm free. As I closed the door behind me, I realized something. they still had all the things they thought mattered, but I had what they never would: power, peace, and my own name.